Hey everybody, welcome to the PanelCast. I'm your host AJ, and with me is Freddie.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, Freddie. Freddie, you got to look at the camera and not at the computer. Camera, computer, camera,
I'm gonna look at
Pepsi, phone, computer.
I'm gonna look at the temperature.
There you go.
What's up, everybody?
You snagging on me, Jeff?
Yeah, man, these wheels are good. Too good.
We got those rollerblade wheels. Yeah, they send Freddie everywhere.
I don't even have to move, and I'll just move on my own. Keep trying to get close to him without even trying.
Welcome to episode 293 of the PanelCast, everybody. Yeah, we are coming at you live. This is our first weekly live show, and yeah, I can tell we have one person watching. Woo, one person! Yay!
Hello.
Please feel free to join us in the chat room. We are live in there too. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the film 28 Years Later. We had a chance to watch it this week. I am a big fan of the entire series personally, altogether. Freddie has not seen any of the series whatsoever, so I had to make him watch at least the first 28 years later.
Technically, I've seen 28 Days Later. It's the second one I've never really remembered watching. Weirdly enough, when I was searching it, doing some research on this, they were saying Bone Temple was the third of the series. I'm like, wouldn't it be fourth?
Technically, it's the fourth, but it's like it'd be like 3B.
Yeah, true. Okay, that makes sense because it is a continuation.
It was more of a direct tie-in than the other two. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still, I've only seen the first one. If I did watch the second one, I don't remember it.
Well, but you saw 28 years later.
Correct. I did watch 28, and then I did watch
the Bone Temple afterwards.
Correct.
So tell us what you thought, what 28 years later was about, and tell us what you thought about it.
So 28 years later, I have to remember which later I'm talking about because I almost said days. Is about a young boy named Spike who is a coming of age story. He's going out to hunt the zombies to get the practice in on having to hunt them whenever they have to hunt for extra resources. They are on an island in I forgot where. Was it Ireland?
Ireland, England, Scotland,
in Europe,
somewhere where they have those accents.
Yes. So they are in a community surrounded or on an island, surviving. But they still got to go out to get resources. So from what I remember, they're supposed to be 14, but the main kid, Spike, is only 12. So he's going 2 years earlier than normal. So him and his dad go out, to get his first kill and possibly more. Learning how to hunt them, how to not get hunted. You learn about the different type of zombies, the super slow, just eating zombies, or the more dangerous alpha zombies, which are the strongest, fastest.
Well, technically, there's only one alpha zombie.
Yeah, okay.
The rest of them are just runners.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's for some reason I thought there was more than one.
No, there's always only one alpha, and people challenging to be the alpha.
That's probably what I mixed it up with. Okay, so they do run into him at one point, but man, that alpha was scary. Like this isn't your normal zombie.
It reminds me of this character from the comic book Cross. His name is Horsecock, who I will be referring to him as such from now on. His name is Samson in the film, but in the comic book it's Horsecock. So it's, I don't know. You'll understand if you've seen it, man. The guy
he's an alpha.
Yeah. Alpha all the way. To the floor.
Yep. So pretty much, it also involves his Spike's mother. His father's the one who takes him out hunting, but his mother's involved in the fact that she is not doing so well, and they don't know why. But because, during a zombie apocalypse, they don't have hospitals or doctors really. And if there is any doctors, you can't find them easily because they're all in hiding. But there is a rumor for Dr. Kelson, possibly being nearby, but nobody knows for sure. They can see a fire. They don't know if it's caused by either him or somebody else. But you do find out, yes, there is a doctor nearby. So later on, Spike takes his mom out to try to figure out what's going on with him or her. So that's the second half of the movie.
But you find out, like, when you're watching the film, you see that it's really two different stories. There's the story of Spike and his family and everybody going on the island, and then there's three actually. The story of Horsecock and his group of runners and whatnot, and then you have the story of the doctor and what he's going through in his area of the apocalypse. So they're just interacting with each other, and you get backstory and all that stuff. And I thought that film was really cool. I enjoyed the visuals and everything.
Yeah.
It followed the vein of the other two films, the original films. Kept me in that same universe and kept me in that same feeling as it did. And I thought it was really cool. Did you enjoy it? Were you ready when you were watching the film? Were you anxious for the sequel to see where the story went?
Yes, especially with the way it ended. I'm like, oh, okay. He was founded by another group. Wonder how that's going to turn out. And that's pretty much what leads you to the Bone Temple part. So, what I was shocked about was one of the runners being pregnant and giving birth to that child. And that child being actually normal. It was not sick, did not have the infection. I was like, oh, wonder if we're going to follow that story at some point eventually.
Right.
Are they going to grow up to be, completely immune to the virus disease? Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's going to be one for future showings. But
this is planned part 1 and 2 of a new trilogy in the 28 Days Later sequel story. I don't understand it. It's weird because first there was part 1 and 2. Now there's a trilogy. So there's 5 movies. I mean, it is the metric system, so I guess 5 movies makes sense. But it's weird.
Yeah.
But so the Bone Temple, that leads us up to the Bone Temple. Now the Bone Temple took us into a place that we're not used to seeing with the 28 Days series, and that is that we have a direct sequel to a film that we're not used to getting. I personally wasn't that interested in the story of the Jimmies, and I didn't really care too much about where Samson went after the ending of the first film. And about halfway through the second film, I was feeling kind of the same way. But then it started getting interesting. It started picking up. And then the theatrics of the story started happening, and everything else started going on behind the scenes of where you got to see more of the Jimmies and the shirt incident.
Yes.
And all that stuff. And I got more and more interested. And then the drug getting stoned with Samson was kind of cool to see.
Hey, if you're gonna die, you might as well be high while doing it.
Right. That's my philosophy every day, people. Every day.
Yeah, like you were saying, the story with the Jimmies at the beginning, like it probably dragged on a little too long. If it was a little bit shorter, probably be fine, because most zombie movies usually are, yes, focusing on the zombies themselves. When there are other aspects to it, that's fine, but it's like watching a Godzilla movie, like the first Godzilla movie from Legends, where it's 10 minutes of Godzilla, the rest of the story is all,
It's
the
all
other
humans
people.
and people and stuff. And that's what was weird about this one. So in the Bone Temple, it continues on with the story of the Jimmies, where we left off with Spike, and you see the rest of the clan of Jimmies and what they're doing and how they're trying to get by on life and whatnot. And then you see the Dr. Ian and Samson and their relationship and how that relationship grows. And I thought it was a trippy aspect in that how they did it and where they're going with it. Interesting to see the whole mind expansion thing that everybody's been swearing about for years. is finally taking effect. But I don't know. It was kind of cool story. It's just
some parts were not needed as much, but others should have been expanded more.
It wasn't a horror movie. This wasn't a horror movie, and it left that behind. There were horror aspects of the film that were just completely wrong, and things that remind you that you're in the environment of horror, but at no point in time were you on the edge, scared for anything. You know, you're not. It wasn't a horror movie. It's just a fucked up story.
Yeah, it was more of the Jimmys putting out gore, but not hunting people would have been more of a edge of your seat scare. But having them, just torture people, It
was nice to see the girl from Solo show up in the film. Ace Andes, I think that's what was the character's name. Black girl with the freckles and the red hair.
Yeah, I didn't remember the name.
And then we also saw one of the actors from the first season of Mayor of Kingston show up as one of the Jimmys also. So it's kind of cool to see some actors I did recognize in those roles. But overall, Bone Temple, unfortunately, it didn't perform well enough that they're debating going forward with the third part of the film.
Which is funny because I'm interested in knowing the third part because of the fact that toward the end it does.
Is you a fan of Horsecock?
No, not because of that. Wink.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, anytime there's like a cliffhanger, sometimes I just don't want it to just end just so I can finish a story. That's probably why I didn't get into Firefly. I don't want to follow that and just be like, oh, hey, there's a cliffhanger. Nope, no, thank you. I'd rather not watch it if it's going to leave me in that not be resolved. But because I watched this, I wanted to resolve.
Totally understand. So we're anxious for the third part. The filmmaking was great. The visuals were great. Everything was great. It's just, honestly, it wasn't a horror movie, and I think that's what I didn't like about it. It was a sequel.
I do like toward the end what the doctor did, so we'll leave it at that much.
I do like, the music video component of the film was awesome.
Yes.
And the fact that Ray Fiennes was actually singing the whole time, that too was awesome. The performance, like I said, it was great. But it wasn't a horror movie, in my opinion. So, I don't know. What do you think?
Probably 3, yeah. 3, Richard.
Really?
Only because I did enjoy it. But yeah, in terms of horror, it's just an average, semi. I could go with a 3. 2 feels a little too low for me.
3 for me is too low. I think the quality of the film and everything saves the film. I think the storytelling of the film and visual effects and everything about the first one leading into the second one, I thought it did a good job of continuing the story.
That I do agree with.
So for that, I will give it 4. But it was not a horror movie, so I will not give it a complete 5.
That's why I gave it a 3. Like a lot of it is great, but it could have been a little bit scarier.
Now, 28 days later, broke history books, broke records,
yes,
broke the genre, in my opinion. Rewrote it.
Especially with the fact that you get infected real easy. You don't even have to get bitten.
It's just blood transfer.
And not even that much.
And they showed that. I love that they showed that too.
Yes.
That was great. So, yeah. 4 Little Richards. I may complain about it, but it's still a damn good film.
Yes.
Moving on, something came out today that had me excited, and I'm sure that you may have been excited. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I saw clips of what we're thinking of. If I'm thinking the right thing, I'll find out in a second.
Yes, you will find out because we're going to watch this. No, we're not.
Want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Yo, send me back. I want to go back.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies. They would be decided by combat.
I'm not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Finish him! Me?
Earth belongs to me.
We do not kneel!
Our only chance is to face this together.
Let's go, baby.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now. It's showtime.
Get over here!
Johnny will definitely die.
There you have it. Mortal Kombat 2, the sequel to the awesome live-action version of the film that came out a few years ago, starring Hironoki Sanada. What did you think of the trailer?
Looks great. I have not watched the first one. I do need to still, but what?
I have to slap you.
Yeah, I know. Remember, I have not been watching movies or shows in a long time, so there are so many movies that I've missed. But I definitely.
You got the Boo soundtrack.
But yeah, I definitely need to watch the first one, especially with this one coming out. So hey, it'll just be me going in with more knowledge sooner. Later.
Updated knowledge sooner.
That one.
There you go. I'm excited about it. How many characters did you notice in the trailer alone?
Man, so many. I lost count, but I've recognized the majority of them.
I saw my favorite. I saw Noob Saibot, so that's all I care about.
I totally missed him.
I was happy with that.
That is one of my favorite characters whenever I played. Mortal Kombat trilogy on Nintendo 64. Always use Noob Saibot. Yeah, I did see the part with Scorpion. It's usually like either on TikTok or even YouTube Shorts or whatever, but I tried to avoid watching it because I figured we were going to watch that trailer.
Well, I'm glad I didn't disappoint. And for those of you who were waiting to see it, I apologize if we ruin anything, but it's all Freddie's fault.
My bad.
See, it's all Freddie's fault. Now, this is going to be a short episode. A lot of our live episodes, but that's just going to be me and Freddie, are going to be about a half hour long, 20 minutes long. Not going to be the regular full-length episode that we normally have when we have a full staff on here. We'll probably cover like maybe one or two films, but nothing too crazy. We just want to keep you updated on what we got going on during the week, and just regular old stuff.
Have some fun.
Right. We also want to use this opportunity though to bring up the Spring Horror Live Draw, which is coming Saturday, March 21st, 2006, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's right. Joey Labartnik, one of our artists here at Forbidden Panel. You know him as Joey. Joey.
What happened to Joe B?
I don't know.
And Joe C?
Joe, they just didn't, they weren't up to grade.
Fair enough.
I know Joey's brother is tuning in right now. Hi, Joshy. How are you?
Another J?
Another J. There's too many J's in Forbidden Panel. We should be called Forbidden J. Or all J's welcome, apparently, because it's all. Anyway, so the Spring Horror Live Draw will be here on YouTube as well as on FaceTube.
Phase Tube. I love Phase Tube.
I've been drinking too much of my specialized tea. I apologize, everybody.
Tastes pretty good. I'm just not a tea person.
Watermelon iced tea. 25 milligram. Anyway, it'll be showing here on Facebook as well as YouTube and Instagram and all over social media. We're going to be drawing all kinds of, things you hear from like spring type of urban legends and things like that. So more spring stories. So, jackrabbits and Easter bunnies and stuff like that. So it should be lots of fun.
That chair don't look fun, though.
That chair is not fun. That chair was done by, like I said, Joey LaBartnick. He did a great job with the art. Loved him. Love the art.
Looks great. I love it.
And we are out of there. So one thing we did want to cover before we go, I had promised to start doing this on our shows, and I haven't been able to do it. So if I'm not able to cover this part on our live show, I apologize. But if you tune into our Facebook and our Instagram every week, I promise you, I will bring you our now I got stuck in my own head. See what you guys did to me?
You're welcome.
Our AEW match of the weekend. Here we go.
Madness, anything goes as Toa Leona poised to send Desmond Xavier off the. Looks like Myron Reed. Perry.
Oh my Lord. Help. Help me, please.
Jack Perry, vacuum cleaner. We've seen Luchasaurus wield that in the past. And now Perry.
We're going to let it dust. Yeah, we were going to go as long as it takes.
We are in the midst of our main event here live on Dynamite.
It's like a riot.
Excalibur talking about Nigel McGuinness. It's Mile High Madness. Perry makes the first pinfall attempt of the match.
Ricochet poised to strike.
Strike. Unfortunately for Ricochet. And the senton Atomico. Quadruple super kicks. Whoa. Perry dumped over the top for the table. The power. The glory. The headbutt. And Ricochet. 50. The Rascals with Ricochet on the barricade. Madness flying through the table.
What the hell just happened?
Perry.
Leona just too strong. Oh! They won it. They got it.
Wheeler sent. BT trigger. And Jack Perry.
Speaking of revenge,
Launched by the Bucks. Covers.
It was such a fun match. It was the Mile High Madness match on AEW. It was the main event last night, and it was great.
Just from that trailer, it looks amazing.
I was like cheering and hollering and everything from my chair, and it was fantastic. The guy you saw, here's a little bit of trivia. The guy you saw make the final pin there at the end, that's Jack Perry. That is Matthew Perry's son, otherwise known as Dylan from 90210. That's his son right there that made that final pin. He is a professional wrestler and one of the best out there. You saw him handling business throughout that match and throughout that clip. The match had featured Jack Perry, FTR, the Rascals, the Young Bucks, who are from Rancho Cucamonga. And not only are they from Rancho Cucamonga, but they also started that company, AEW, and have been to the Zombie Beauty Pageant. So
Nice.
kind of cool. Because their cousin was in the Zombie Beauty Pageant. And so, yeah, it's just fantastic. And it was madness. And it was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to enjoy. And I can only imagine what being there live would have been like. I'm sure it would have been great. And I'm sure it's something that like I was talking to Richard the entire time I'm watching the show. You know, like Richard, what's happening? What's going on? You know, like me and Richard used to do back in the day. We used to just watch wrestling and talk shit, and that's what I was doing while I'm watching wrestling. So if I'm able to do that and enjoy it, then you know it's got to be a good thing. So every week we'll be bringing that to you, our match of the week, and if we don't bring it to you live on the show, then I'll put it to you on our reels or on our Instagram so you can see it there. One match, whether it be from Dynamite or from what's the other show? Revolution or whatever the other show is called. I can never remember it. But I'll choose a match from one of those two and put it up here for you guys. So
can't wait to see the next ones.
Should be pretty fun. All right, everybody. That about does it for the show. I hope you enjoy our first show live in our new routine of things, our new regime of things. If you did, please let us know. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Josh, for showing up and giving us a chat in the shout out in the chat room. Every week, 8:30, Thursdays. We know you got a lot of things to do. We know you have a lot of choices out there. Just tune in. Give us a half hour. We'll give you our best. Promise you. Thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye-bye.